Hey guys, how are we? Welcome back. It's not back to the vlog, but it's a bit of a DIY. We haven't done one of these in a little bit. Today we're doing a DIY on basically bringing back faded tail lights. I may do the front lights. The process is exactly the same. I'm just going to show you how I do it. Again, this is under my opinion that this works for me. There's no tricks to it. It's off-the-shelf products and something you can do at home quite easily as well. This probably refers to a lot of cars with plastic headlights, not so much your glass stuff. You don't really have issues. A lot of Japanese cars. So today I'm working on the Skyline. And this is a video back at home. Alright, let's get to it. So the products I'm going to use today on the plastic lights. So very, very simple stuff. Guys from America, guys from Australia, a lot of the world should have Meguiar's products. It's not paid promotion. This is just what I use and what works. So the product I'm actually going to use to actually cut the headlights or get rid of this film. I know it looks shiny in the picture. It's not shiny. I'll give you a bit of a close-up. So I'm going to use an ultimate compound. So I'm going to use that in conjunction with, sorry, it is a Meguiar's product again. It's a DA polisher. So Meguiar's product, attach it to a cordless, whatever you want to do. The reason why I'm using this is because it's sort of dummy proof, if that means anything. I'm not a dummy. I could be. You can be pretty carefree with this guy because it doesn't actually, no matter how much pressure or time you put it into place, it won't burn. And that's because of the way that it goes. So it's not like your typical conventional like buffs where you have to be a professional and watch what you burn and what you don't burn on the paint. It doesn't just go around, it orbits in like a figure eight as it turns. So I don't know if you can get that on video, but yeah, as it goes around, it actually does figure eights as it goes in circles, so that stops like any pressure in one area. So it's basically moving for you. It's doing the work that you should do. After you polish them, they need to be sealed, otherwise they are going to get back to their old sort of faded looking, dirty look where dirt can absorb back into the plastic. So I'm using like a final inspection. I think it's an Australian brand, I'm pretty sure it is. But this is basically like a spray on wax, but this is like a ceramic coating. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Paint protection, look up ceramic coating, normally like a H9, I think they class it as far as how hard it is. So I'm gonna seal it up with this last. It's not gonna do anything as far as finish because it's not really like a conventional wax that polishes. It just seals. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't show you the before of these reverse lights on the Skyline, but if you've got a Skyline or plastic lights, you know what faded lights look like. So they are, well, it's a camera showing that they're a bit yellowing, but before they were all foggy, like completely foggy. So now they've got their sort of luster back, they're back to clear, they've got a shine. It's hard to see on the video, but that's all I did. I literally went 2 passes with the cutting compound with the polisher, just sat on it. You don't even have to worry about burning it. Give it a little bit of pressure because you want it to cut. So they're both done. They're out the rear bar. So I've done these now. They look a hell of a lot better than what they used to. Alright, let's get to the actual point that we're trying to make here. So this one might be a little bit clearer. Can you see how it's not real shiny like it is, but it's got like a typical fade to it? It's very hard to see, but this is like faded, whereas this one looks a little bit more cleaner. So that is what we're trying to get out. We're trying to make it a bit more shiny, get rid of some of this fade. That's our goal. I recommend you mask up the lights as much as you don't and won't burn the paint. It just stops all the junk getting in there. We won't focus on this area, we're just going to focus on the rest. So I skipped all the boring stuff for you. So you can put a bit of compound on the actual DA polisher, or you can put a bit on the lens. I'd say the DA polisher because you can kind of pat it around. I would say be pretty generous because you don't want the pad to be dry. Sorry you can't see my face, guys. Not that it's that pretty or you're missing anything. So about this much. That doesn't give you a good indication, but it's probably just over a, I don't know, bit of a coin dab, 20-cent piece, something in Australian, I don't know, a dollar coin in America. Basically that's what you want to do. And then it's going to be hard because these lights are kind of a bit out and we are going to hit places that we don't want to hit, but we can do that by controlling the edge of the pad. So as you can see, I kind of need a little bit more compound because it's already pretty dry. So don't be shy because it's only going to help out. What I didn't tell you as well is that this polisher actually comes with a few different pads. This one is a cutting compound pad. It's a harder pad and it tends not to soak in the product that much. It kind of leaves it on the lens, which keeps it from getting dry. So that's one quick pass. Let's see if it's made any difference. So just a soft cloth microfiber. Hard to see on film, I know, but let's have a look if we can make a bit of a difference as far as you guys seeing. So if you can or cannot tell, that's got rid of the milkiness that it had. So that's a perfect description. They're a bit milky before, and now it's got rid of it. It's not perfect, we're going to give it another pass, but that's all there is to it. Like, that literally is it. You basically just repeat that until you, see it? It's heap shinier, until you're sort of happy. So I would go over this probably 2 more times, probably concentrating in the harder areas in the corner as well. So you want to put a bit of product probably on the corner on this. That's why this DA polish is good too, because it's kind of dummy proof at all angles. So we'll give it another pass and see what it comes out like. Best thing about the product too is that it doesn't really leave any residue, unlike a few polishes, like normally there's that white flake. For some reason this doesn't really leave anything. This is also getting rid of any small scratches as well as the actual milkiness of the light, so there is obviously a few reasons why you would do this. If your light's maybe milky or faded, or it's actually just, you know, slightly scratched, it's probably the best way to do it without being too crazy. I mean, I know there's other processes out there. Some painters will polish them up and 2-pack clear them or clear coat them with a body paint. I'll tell you why I don't like that. And look, there's got to be guys that say, oh well, it works, you know, it lasts. That's fine. This is my easy way for you guys if you don't have access to a painter or you're not a painter. The reason why I don't like the clear coat on the lenses, pretty simple one, is that it does look amazing. It almost brings up the brand new. But, and when that clear coat does fade or chip, it is 100 times harder to fix, because once the clear coat screws up, well, what are you going to do? You're going to have to rebuff it back with sandpaper, take off all the clear coat, re-clear it again. Whereas this, you're kind of not subjected to having to worry too much. If it gets, you know, foggy again, get your polish out, put a bit more polish on it. It comes all the way back. Clear coat, like, you know, do your ceramic coating, that will protect it. Or in general, car wax as well is going to work. So that's why I do this. So that's the second pass on that one. I don't think they're going to come up much better, but that's probably where I'm pretty happy. It's really got, oh, we got a bit of residue still there, I think you can see that. Probably pretty happy with that. Like, that's got a lot of the milkiness out, and that's probably pretty well my goal. Like, they're you know what, 10-year-old lights now, even more, 15-year-old lights. So yeah, they're going to only be as good as they can be, basically. This one's actually not too bad, so I'll give this one a polish anyways, just so they all come up sort of exactly the same. I'm going to go over the other ones. I'm not going to bore you with that process. I might just run over them while I put it on full blast mode. You can see what I'm doing. Process is exactly the same every single pass. These come up a treat. I know they look super shiny now. They actually do look heaps better in person. The cloudiness on these things is actually pretty well gone, and it's not even that. Like I said, it's the fine scratches that it gets out too. So it does a bit of everything. But you would expect that. It can get rid of cloudiness to get rid of fine scratches. So this pretty well brings us, like, there's not much point going any further with this because they're pretty well there. They're not really going to come up much better than that. Like I said, it is old plastic. So this is where you want to basically seal in all your hard work. Like I said, I'm using a ceramic coating. A normal car wax is fine. The only thing with the car wax is not going to last as long. This should last months, if not a full year. So this is basically a 2 application thing. If you put it on once, it lasts a long time, but then it kind of builds on itself if you do it in a 24-hour process. So it almost gives it a clear coat protection. Any ceramic coating you can buy off the shelf, you can use. That's going to be a better thing. Any hard wax that's going to last a few months is going to be the way to go. But if you polish your car pretty regularly or wax your car, just wax over your lights as well. It's going to keep them maintained. So and just apply. So this isn't going to change the actual look of the tail light at all. It's not like a gloss enhancing thing. It's not really a definition wax. It literally is a clear coat protectant, a ceramic coating. Some might do it, but this one doesn't claim to, so cool. Now the other ones. Again, super hard to see on camera, but I think you can kind of see a bit of a result. I know it's hard, but it's all about the process, more about than actually seeing the result here. But I'm telling you, what I use and what I do, it does work. So they are done. Which means we're going to head over to the front lights. There is no different in front lights, but we may as well tackle it while we're here because I was going to do them anyways. So we'll go to the front and let's see if we get a decent result on them, and maybe it will show up on camera a little bit more for you. Process is exactly the same. Okay, now the bonnet's missing on this end. I am painting a few things on this car to get it back where I want it. But you see how it is relatively milky? Again, very hard to see, but you can see the milkiness in the lens. Typical of these cars, typical of Skylines, plastic headlights. That's what it is. There's actually a little bit, it's hard to see, it's milky all the way along. That's what we're going to try and get out. And we're going to do this process exactly the same as we did the back. Focus. Yeah, a lot better. But for the first pass, that's actually really good. So it's really got a lot of that smokiness off the lens. I'm going to go over them again because I think I can get these back a little bit more. So speed you guys up. Yeah, pretty happy with that result. Come up a treat. It's not a lot of hard work. There's no camera tricks. I've literally spent probably whatever the video is plus another 5 or 6 minutes of boring stuff I've edited out. This is merely just showing you the process. It is not backbreaking, it is annoying masking, but other than that, it is a simple thing to do. And yeah guys, I hope this helped a little bit for the people that don't know or never have polished any lights or anything like that. There's nothing to be wary of. If you haven't got a DA polisher, try by hand. You will get a result, but not as good. Because obviously the polisher does 1,000 more revolutions than what your hand's going to do. If you have got an orbital polisher, or you're whiz bang with the standard car polishers, you probably don't even need to watch this video, because if you can use that, you already know you can polish headlights. If you do have one and you've never used one, I recommend don't, because those high-speed polishers can do more damage to the lenses. They can burn the plastic. If you haven't had any experience, get someone that has. They can do this for you, and you can use those too. But DA polisher, anything with an orbital sort of as it rotates, an orbital design, it won't burn. They're wicked. It's stress-free. Put force on it, it polishes like a treat. So for all the regulars, thanks for watching. For all the new guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to help some of you out. And as always guys, thanks for watching.